Hey guys, good morning. How's it going? I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let's see, it's 6:20 right now, so we do have some time. There's no rush for us to really rush anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and fix everything, set everything up, and I'll send out the link. So I'll say here. Yeah, and the reason why it takes me a little longer to get online now is because I don't know, for whatever reason, there's an issue with YouTube doing the edits through Safari, so I got to go and do it through Chrome, which is kind of annoying because I have to use two different browsers, but that's got to do this. So I'm going to finish setting this up. Once I'm done setting this up, I'll send the link out to you guys. Set right there. Like that's good for the most part. Let me go ahead and finish this right here. And I'll send the link out to the premium members too. So let me just get the premium members for the Zoom sent out right now as well, while I get this all set up over here. So let's see. That right there. There we go. All right, Zoom link's been sent out. Let me just finish setting up the YouTube real quick. Once this is all set up, we can get started with our analysis. All right, cool. I'm gonna start letting people into the Zoom. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna have to get a third screen just for the Zoom to get it on a different screen. Got so many people joining now. Yeah, we have like over 100 people in the Zoom now. It's crazy. Way more people on the Zoom than the YouTube. So that's like our main focus, guys. That's why I don't really go on the YouTube as much. I'm mainly on the Zoom. Hey, Kenny, morning. Morning, yes. Morning, Shane. Morning, everybody. Hopefully, you guys had a great week so far. It is Thursday. It's crazy, right? How fast we've gone through this entire week due to the holiday. I thought today was barely Tuesday, but it's already Thursday. So let's try to wrap up this week strong. I know this week's been kind of iffy because of the holiday. Market's been kind of weird. So the market's it's going to be weird on a holiday week, obviously. And it's also like the first week of September too. So, well, not really the first week, but technically the second following NFP. And the market's going to be like that. You guys just have to understand that when the market's closed for like 3-4 days, when the market reopens, there's going to be like weird movement. So hopefully this week's today's a lot smoother today and tomorrow, so that we can wrap up the week strong. Profits are nice for the week so far, so there's nothing really much to complain about. A lot of you guys have been doing so well, even on Monday when I didn't really trade myself. So overall profits this week have been good. We did lose the breakout yesterday, unfortunately. I even told myself not to take it, but I still took it. So some of you guys didn't take it, some of you guys did take it. So if you guys did take it, it's all right. We'll try to make it back today. Otherwise, we'll check the retail sentiment to see if people are actually trading, because when the retail sentiment is like right down the middle, that's probably like the most risky time to trade because there's no bias. So looking over here at retail sentiment, let me just refresh this. Retail sentiment is still down the middle, so it is still a bit risky today. Generally, this is usually one-sided. There's usually people on the sell side, there's people on the buy side. When market sentiment is like this, or retail sentiment, whatever you want to call it, price will go either way because there's really no bias going one way or the other. So, just keep in mind today might be another risky day. If you guys don't want to risk it, just don't take any trades today. Just wait until next week if you guys can hold off. Looking at the overall fundamentals, it's only 20 points in the red. So I think today I'm going to be a little more cautious with the trade that I decided to take if we do take the breakout, because like yesterday, if you guys saw yesterday, during the session, price didn't go exactly where we were anticipating, but right after, price went exactly where we were anticipating it to go, right? So if you looked at the charts yesterday right here, what happened was we took a sell, right? Because we thought price was going to be going down, but price was obviously manipulated. So right here, we took a sell because price was obviously looking like it was going to come down, right? We took that loss on the breakout, but look what happened right after that breakout. It went all the way back down because price was supposed to go down, but price was obviously being manipulated, like I was mentioning. If this didn't happen, where this breakout to the upside, a strong random reversal didn't happen, we would have hit our TP for the breakout. But the market is just, it's just not moving smoothly. Reason for that is because there's a lot of different factors. There's COVID news. There was a holiday week. There was a holiday on Monday. Retail sentiment is not really biased in any direction or the other. Everything was pointing towards the downside. So it looked like a good trade. That's why I took it. But unfortunately, price just, shot the opposite way, and it came right back down to where it was supposed to go. So a lot of people held on to that trade, even though I pulled out early. And thankfully, I have an equity monitor on my copier. So what happened was it actually closed me out halfway for a half loss, not necessarily a full loss, but a half loss. So instead of me losing about 8,000, I only lost about 4 or 5,000, which is cool because if I held on to it, I would have lost a lot more if I went all the way up here. But it came all the way back down. So our entry was like somewhere around this area. It was at 6:30. It was somewhere around this area here. We entered the sell. We got stopped out, but it came right back down like 2 or triple. So, that just goes with a grain of salt for you guys to understand that, market's not always going to go your way. Sometimes you just have to, take that loss and move on to the next one. So other than that, let me see what else we got over here. So let me let everybody else into the room. It's 6:26 right now. We still have about 4 minutes till market open. So now that everyone's in the room, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the technical bias over here. So looking over here on the 1 hour, we have a sell bias, and the reason for that is because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Looking at the 10-minute, it's not a continuation. It's actually opposite. Price is above the pivots, the trend meter is green. So it's kind of hard to tell really where price is going to be going, because on the higher time frame, it looks like a sell. On the 10-minute, it looks like a buy. Same with the 3-minute over here. Looks like a buy because price is above the pivots, the trend meter is green. And lastly, here on the 1-minute, price is going back and forth, but right now, currently, it's above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So looking at everything here, the technicals on the short end side are looking like a buy. However, on the higher time frame, the 1 hour, it still looks like a sell, because what can happen here is price could reject off this pivot right here, and it could come right back down. But we'll see what happens when the market opens. Market is opening in about 3 minutes now. So when the market opens, we can look at the fundamentals to confirm the direction of price. Once we have the direction of price from the fundamentals, we can match it with the technical side. Once we have those matched up, we can decide whether we want to take the trade for a buy or a sell. Retail sentiment is not going to do us any favors today because it's not really one-sided. It's 52% long, but what could happen is as soon as the market opens, you can go back to 52% short. So, retail sentiment is not really going to be on our side today. And this is usually going to be our strongest tool when determining our last confirmation. So we'll see what happens when the market opens. We have about 3 minutes. Let me check the chat real quick before we get started. So let's see. Morning, Van Hartwig. Morning, Peter. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Paul. Morning, Brian. Morning, Miles. Morning, Matt. Morning, Christopher. Morning, Brandy. Morning, Shane. Morning, Maria. Morning, Taryn. Morning, Josh. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Steven. Morning, Patrick. Morning, Angel. Morning, Abraham. Morning, Tommy. Morning, Delmas. Morning, everybody. Hey, morning, Ken. Morning, Marcus. Morning, Sam. Morning, John. Morning, Riga. All right, let me check this real quick to see the news real quick. So I didn't check if there was news this morning. So I think there was unemployment news. So today's Thursday. At 5:30, there was unemployment claims. It was actually positive. Looks like a lot of people are going back to work as soon as the unemployment ran out. We have some news at 7:30, which is the natural gas storage. At 8 o'clock, we have crude oil inventories. So we still have a lot of news today. Also at 8 o'clock, we have Fed member Daly and Fed member Evans speaking. So this is going to cause some movement in the market. There's a lot of Fed members actually speaking today. We have Fed member Daly, Fed member Evans, and Fed member Bowman speaking. We got about a minute till market open. Let's see. All right, we got about 40 seconds till market open. We have a lot of news this morning, so that could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. This a good thing that it'll cause volatility in the market, a bad thing that it might cause spikes in price. So just keep that in mind, guys. Today's going to be a bit of a risky day to trade because we do have a lot of news events. Thanks for reminding me, for whoever mentioned that. I'll go back in the chat to see who did that, but yeah, I forgot to check the news this morning. Anyways, market's opening in about 20 seconds right now. So in about 20 seconds, market will open. Once the market opens, we can confirm the fundamentals over here that they're moving one direction or the other. And then from there, we can possibly take the trade. If price doesn't move heavily one side or the other, then I'm probably just going to sit out. We'll just look for some scalps instead of taking a breakout. Because the breakout might be a little too risky today. But we'll see what happens when the market actually opens. So looking at this right here, market is officially open. So here we go. Price hasn't really moved one way or the other. Let me go check the fundamentals real quick. Refresh this. Looks like it's 22 points in the red. It's not very heavy in the red. It's kind of just going sideways right now. Looking at the actual stock index, let me refresh this. It's kind of just down the middle, right? But there's a lot of red stocks here, but there's Nike that's up about 4 points. So that could pretty much cover the entire red stocks over here. That one stock, Nike, could just cover everything. Looking at Amgen, it's now negative 1.6. So let's see where the points are right now. Points are currently at negative 16, which aren't that strong. So you can see your price is pushing up, but the bias right now for the fundamentals are currently red, but it's going back and forth. That's why you see these big wicks on both sides. You see a big wick over here, and then you also see a big wick over here because price is indecisive. It hasn't chosen a direction yet. So we're going to wait and see what happens, in the next couple minutes, because we don't have a confirmation until this closes right here, because right here we had a bullish confirmation but the first candle was red, so we wouldn't have taken a buy there. Right here, if we have a sell signal, it's a strong signal. So what I'm looking for right here, guys, just to make things as simple as possible, because I know there's a lot of confusion when you guys are looking for the breakout. Currently right now we have a bullish bias. We're looking for buys because the most recent signal was a buy signal, right? However, this first candle right here needs to be a strong green candle with little to no wick on the top side. If we get a sell signal right now, from now until 6:35, then we'll be looking for a sell. However, we don't have that sell signal yet. There's one pending right now because I saw that come up, but it hasn't closed yet. Let me turn on my alerts over here just to let us know when stuff is coming. But okay, so right there, you can see obviously we have a pending sell, right? Pending sell signal right there on the 1 minute. It hasn't closed yet, so there's no entry that's available there. In order for us to take a sell, we need a valid sell signal like this, but we also need a red candle with little to no wick on the bottom. The wicks on the breakout matter because these wicks indicate when price is either struggling, like hitting resistance or support, or if it's going to bounce at some point, right? Like right here, for example, price came up, big wick right here, and then it came right back down, right? Again, right here, price came down, big wick right here, and then look at the next candle. It's a green candle. It shot right back up. So what we're looking for right here is we're looking for strong candles to enter the trade. If we get a strong green candle right here, then technically that would be a valid entry for a buy, because the most recent signal right here is a green signal, right? If we had a red signal, we'll be looking for a strong red candle, but right now we're looking for a strong green candle. Vice versa, if we get a red candle with a red signal, then we'll start looking for a sell. But currently right now, it's 6:32. We generally like to take a breakout between 6:30 and 6:35. So if you don't see anything by 6:35, then there's just no entry. Technically right here, this would have been a possible breakout entry. So I'm not going to take this trade, but I'll mark it up right here for you guys. I would consider it a bit risky though, because the wick right here is kind of big. So the big wick right there. So I probably wouldn't have taken it myself, but I'll just mark it up for whoever here is looking to take this, because it looks like it's about to hit TP1. But the reason for it being risky right here as well is because it's getting close to the Asia high right here. This purple line right here is the Asia high. So price can easily bounce off that. So right here, price can come up, reject off the Asia high, and then come all the way back down. And the reason why this looks like a decent buy for the breakout is because the bias for the technicals were all green, right? So if you guys got into the session right in the beginning and you guys saw how I analyzed the technicals right here on the 10-minute, it was bullish. Right here on the 3-minute, it's bullish. Right here on the 1 minute, it's bullish, right? So that's why it would have been a valid buy entry right here. However, it's a risky trade because of a couple of things. It's close to the Asia high right here. The fundamentals over here aren't really one-sided. They're kind of just right down the middle. It's only up 4 points, like how it was yesterday. And then on top of that, it's just, damn, things pushing up to full TP right now. I don't think I'm going to enter this trade. I'll just look for some scalps after, because I just don't feel comfortable entering a trade like this and then it reversing on me at the last minute like it did yesterday. So this is going to be the breakout. I'm just going to mark it up because we already have, it just broke a TP1 right here, which is this red line, which is a halfway mark. So whoever caught it, they already made profit off it. It's way too late to enter. I don't recommend anyone enter right now, because at this point you should be moving your stop loss in profit to TP1. This was the entry point right here. And going back to what I was mentioning earlier, the reason why we would have taken this buy is because we had a technical bias of all the strong buys right here on the 10-minute, 3-minute, and 1 minute from the beginning. Second, we were looking for a valid buy signal, which was right here. And then on top of that, we wanted to look for a strong green candle. Right here was a strong green candle because it's a big body with little to no wick on the top side. So looking at this right here, it's about to hit TP. There you go. It's about to hit it. I'm not in the position, so It's not really my worries, but I'm going to follow it anyway. So there you go. Full TP off the breakout for whoever caught that. Let me see if anyone else over here took it. And there's a orange right there, Steven. That's orange when it hits TP. So let me see if anyone else here caught it. If you guys took that position, go ahead and send your profits in, and then we can see, who actually caught it in the group. I didn't catch it myself. Looks like Paul made about 800 off that trade. Nice work, Paul. Yeah, I kind of regret not taking it today. I took it yesterday, and it just, it just kind of, it kind of made me not want to take the risky trades. Maddie over here took the trade too. So Maddie locked in a total of 1,041 for the day. His other account, 832. Nice work, Maddie. Yeah, so Maddie took the sell here too. So I actually made some profit yesterday. So let me just send this over right here. Maddie took the sell right here. I actually took that sell myself. So I'm already in profit actually for the day. For the day right here, you guys can see my profits. I locked in about 1,260 on both accounts. This is just one account, but 2 accounts. So I'm in profit about 2,000 for the day so far, close to 3,000, because I did take the sell last night. Let's see other people over here as well. Shawn took the trade. So John just took he wanted to test out the trades that we take here. He made a profit of 1,099 right there. Nice work, John. Yeah, so he said not even full TP. So he didn't even hold it to full TP, but he still locked in a pretty solid profit. If that was his real account, he would have locked in some pretty nice profit. Going over here, let's see, Albert took the trade as well. Albert locked in a total of 425. Nice work, Albert. Romano over here locked in a total of 1,340. Great work, Romano. Jeff Abdi over here took the trade as well, locked in 861. So great work amongst everyone here who took the trade. Obviously I didn't take the trade myself, but for those of you who did take the trade, great work. Nice profit off that. Now I'm going to be looking for some possible scalps. So we already passed this breakout right here. I'm going to go ahead and just give an update in the group for people who did take it so that you guys can know that it hit full TP already. And then we'll be looking for the next possible scalps. So yeah, great work, guys. I didn't take that trade, but I'm fine. I already took my profit off of that. Vincent over here, I'm not sure what my trend meter is different from yours. So Vincent, I know you're here on the live session. In order to fix that, you go to the bottom right here and you change everything to same as chart. So if you're scalping, you change your settings here to same as chart. You can see I don't have any numbers here because everything's set to the specific time frame. Go down to the bottom right here, click on settings, go to inputs, change everything to same as chart. You have your set to the default settings right here, which are intraday settings. You're not looking at intraday settings because you don't want to know what's happening 30 minutes, hour, 2 hour, 4 hours from now. You want to know what's happening right now at the specific time. So just change everything the same as chart, click OK, and then it'll look like mine right here. So quick fix to that right there. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Oh, I was going to send the update in the group. So let me just send the update real quick for that breakout. All right, guys, so that's a nice profit that you guys locked in right there. We'll move on to the scalps and we'll continue going on for the rest of the session. So let's see. It's all done right there. All done right there. All right. Looks like we're good. So other than that, Henry said there's no sound. Can you guys hear me? Henry, I think it just might be you because everyone else here can hear me. You might want to just turn up your volume. So, all right, let me go ahead and just set everything up here. Let me take everything off. We're now looking for some possible scalps. So I'll put the strategy here that we're applying. This is going to be the 1 minute pivot scalp right here. We're basically looking for retracement. So right now we're looking for price to retrace back down, and then we'll catch it as it swings back up. Because our bias right now is a buy. Going over here to the 3 minute, same thing. We're just looking for the same thing on a higher time frame. And then here on the 10 minute, we're looking for a possible snipe. So let's see. Got that set up right there for that strategy. So let me go and see if there's any zones in this area. It's good right there. This is good right there. And then this is good right there. All right, so I got a bunch of these zones right here drawn up. Looks like this current candle might be a possible snipe entry. I don't know if I would take it just yet because of how the, I mean, there's technically one that was running right here. So if you look at these requirements, we're looking for wick rejection off the pivot. So there's actually a bunch of rejections right here. So there's 3 entries that were available right here. If you took any of these right here, they all would have hit full TP already. So yeah, looking at this right here, if you took that trade right there, full TP. If you took the one next to it, full TP, another one right here, full TP. So this would be 1500 pips right here. And then again, there's another one running right here. I'm not going to take it because it's too late. It's already heavily in profit. But this right here, I'll just mark it up for whoever decides to take it or whoever has already taken it. Snipe TP. So I'll just mark that up. And these are the requirements right there. Confirm a wick rejection off any K2 pivot. Right here, we have a wick rejection off this blue pivot. Confirm a wick rejection off the K2 SR zone. It's rejecting off this zone right here. Confirm that the pivot isn't touching the body. Right here, this is the body. The pivot's down here, so that confirms it. Lastly, just confirm the direction. Right here, we have a buy signal, so we're looking for a buy here. And this would technically be the entry for the snipe. I'm not in the position. I'm not going to enter it late. I'm just going to look for scalps on the shorter time frames. So here on the 3-minute, we're looking for a retracement. And we're going to catch it as it swings back up higher. Same with the 1-minute over here. We're looking for a retracement. We're going to catch it as it swings back up higher. Other than that, let me see if I can see anything. Yeah, Henry. So everyone here in the in the group says that they can hear me. So I think your volume just might be low. You might want to fix that. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing over here. All right, cool. A-Bar Boy. Morning, Selwyn. Morning, Joseph. Morning, everybody. Morning, Sam. All right, so it looks like everybody's doing all right right here. Let me pull up the Zoom and see if I'm missing anything. If you guys have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat, and then I can take a look. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. So Josh said, Shawn, use full lot on breakout or reduce your risk. So today, I didn't take a trade unfortunately today, but if I did take a trade today, I probably would have used a half lot size because I felt really risky about the trade just because of yesterday. It happens sometimes to people, if you have a loss one day, you start to, you kind of lose your confidence, right? Because you're worried that the next trade is going to do the same thing. So today I probably would have lowered my lot size just for that specific reason. However, yesterday I did have a win. So yesterday I did take the sell off the 1-minute, and I actually hit my profit target right over here. And that's how I locked in the 1,000. So my confidence isn't really that low. It's just, I'm being a little more careful because I don't want to have to, worry about the trade, right? Depending on your risk tolerance, if you're worried about a trade, just lower your risk. If you're 100% comfortable, then just use a full lot size. Today I would have been a little nervous about the trade because of what happened yesterday, but you guys can see obviously it hit full TP straight out. So let me scroll down a little bit and see if I missed anything else. Morning RJ, morning Fahad, morning Angel, morning Rob, morning Ardonis, morning Steven. Morning, Paul. Let me see if there's anything else here. I think we're good over here. Hey, Kimberly, morning. Steven's asking, so we're waiting for a 3-minute or 1-minute entry for a sell now? No, we're not looking for a sell at all, Steven. We're looking for a buy. We're not looking for a sell because there's no prices above the pivots. The requirements right here require that we have a valid signal and prices below for a sell. We're not looking for a sell here because price is way above. So we're looking for a buy right now, Steven. Same with the 3-minute. So 3-minute price is above, it's impossible to take a sell because in order for us to take a sell, price would need to be below here, right? Same with 1-minute. In order for us to take a sell, price would need to be below here. And price isn't going to drop about 1,000 pips within a few seconds, right? Because we have a long way to go for it to come right back down. So we're looking for a buy right now, not a sell. Let me scroll down a little further and see what else I'm missing. Angel said, I notice when claims are good, the market goes up. When it's negative, US 30 drops. Yeah, because that's positive or negative news, Angel, but it doesn't always happen that way. If you followed the news on, I think it was like on Tuesday, or I can't remember. There was news that happened this week or last week where it was negative, but price kept going up, or price was positive, or the news was positive and it kept going the other way. Because last week was NFP. That was when the actual unemployment news was, and the claims were initially given. So last week, it actually did the opposite. So it's not always going to go the same way. That's why I don't really trade news. I use news to identify where price is going. So what I generally do is I look for the news event, and then I look at price to see where price went, if it went in the direction or if it didn't. I don't necessarily I don't look at it and say, oh, it's positive news, and I start looking for buys. Because if you think that way, that's how everyone else thinks, right? And you don't want to trade how everyone else is trading, because the majority of people fail at trading. And if you trade the same way as everyone else, you're probably going to get caught in the same traps as they get caught in. One thing that we like to look at is we like to look at retail sentiment. However, we like looking at it when it's one-sided. Right now, it's not one-sided at all. It's just right down the middle. Whenever it's in the 50% range, it's not one-sided because price can go one way or the other. but right here it's only 52%. So it can literally go from 52% long to 52% short if it goes 4 points in the opposite direction, or 4 percentage points in the opposite direction. So what we generally like to see is when price is 70% long or 70% short. So like say, for example, if it's 70% long and then we have positive news, then I would do the opposite. I wouldn't even go long because I don't want to trade where everyone's trading. Because everyone, if everyone's in a buy and they think, oh, news was good, so they think price is going to go up, price is probably going to do the opposite. Vice versa, if the retail sentiment is 70% short and then we have positive news here, then I would go with the buy because it's going to go opposite of what everyone else is doing. So that's something to keep in mind. Joe's asking what's the website for retail sentiment. It's at IG. So just go to IG.com and then you can search up the retail sentiment for whatever asset you like to trade. I'm looking at US 30 right here, but you can look at pretty much any other asset that you like to trade. You don't have to trade US 30. If you want to trade something else, you can still look up the asset there. So looking at current price right here for the 1 minute, you can see price is now consolidating. Price had that breakout right here, and then now price is just going sideways. So what we'd be looking for here is we're looking for price to break outside of it. So I'm just going to mark this up right here. Then I'm going to mark this up right here. Let's do this. Because what we're looking for right here is we're looking for price to break outside of this right here, right? Because price broke out to the upside, and then now it's just going sideways. Let me see if there's any other zones here. Let me scroll out real quick. Yeah, so it looks like it's broken all of the highs so far. Actually, the New York high is like way up here. So the New York high, it's still got a ways to go until it reaches the New York high. So it's still got a ways to go. It just hasn't, let me see, I'm gonna go on the 10-minute actually, because it looks like price hasn't really moved that much on the other time frame. Let me zoom out real quick. I'll turn this on just to see where like everything's at. All right, yeah, so looking at these lines right here, this is the New York high. This is the Asia high. It's already broken the Asia high. It's broken the London high. And the lows are like way down here. So if it does push up higher, the next point of possible rejection would be at the New York high, which should be up here. So it could probably keep pushing up, but I mean, we'll see what happens from there. Here's a 10-minute trade that we marked up earlier. It's still currently running in profit. 3-minute right here, we're looking for that retracement down and then a possible shoot to the upside. Back on the 1 minute over here, price is still consolidating sideways. It's still ranging back and forth. Once it breaks above here, this might be a good confirmation that it'll keep pushing up higher, but it's gonna have to close above here. So looking at this, let me see if there's anything else for us to look for. Yeah, no problem, Joe. Steven's asking, so basically we have better luck if we just look for buy entries because the slope is showing no, Steven, that's definitely not the way to look at it. Steven, sorry guys, sorry, Steve, I don't know what to tell you because you've been with us for like over a year, but you still don't understand the basic concepts of like what we're looking for. Just because it's going up doesn't mean it's necessarily going to go up, Steven. Right here we have it in consolidation, so this doesn't necessarily say it's going to go up. It could still come right back down. I think the problem with like your analysis is you just jump to conclusions. You think price is going up, so you think it's automatically going to go up. But that's why you keep losing trades, because you don't actually analyze it. You just look at where price is going from a bird's eye view. You don't actually analyze anything. You just think this price is going up, it's going to continue pushing up. There's a couple different factors that you can look at over here. You can look at the fundamentals over here. It's currently 62 or 67 points in the green. So this would confirm that it's possibly going to go up. However, it's not that strong. Every morning I always remind you guys that it needs to be 100 points in the green or 100 points in the red, because right here you can see it's about even, right? So right here the green stocks are half green, half red. If these green stocks start to turn red, then this can easily start shifting to a sell. It's not guaranteed that it's going to keep pushing up because it's not really one-sided. When this is like 100 or 200 points in the green, then all these stocks right here are going to be green. So when that's the case, it's probably not going to reverse on you anytime soon. It's going to keep pushing up. However, right now it could even continue pushing one way or the other. So here's Steven's next question. Steven said, what I asked was, even if we get a valid sell entry, we avoid them because of the slope. Well, there would be no valid entry here, Steven. I think that you still don't understand what I was explaining earlier. do you see the requirements here, Stephen? I'm going to go the requirements one by one. Okay, so one, you need a valid K2 momentum signal. If you get a valid signal for a sell, it's still not an entry because it needs to be below the pivots, right? So you're not going to get a valid entry if it's up here. You need price to be below here in order for you to have a valid sell, Stephen. So, I'm trying to like make sure that you actually understand this, because I don't think you even like look at the requirements here. Just because there's a sell signal here doesn't mean that it's going to come down. That just means that it's a retracement, because you can see right here. So let me just show you an example over here. And guys, Steven's been a member for a long time. So if you guys know Steven, you know like why we're talking like this, because Steven, like, it takes a little while for Steven to get to understand things. So try to explain it to him so he gets it properly. So right here, Steven, you can see prices below, right? You get a buy signal right here. This doesn't actually say it's going to be a buy because it never swings up. It just retraces up to the upside. And then when you get a sell right there, it comes crashing back down. That's where we take the sell, right? And I think, this is where you need to focus on, Steven, because, you've been a member for a while. So at this point, you should at least know the very bare basics of these requirements here. So, see, I'm going to try to help you as much as I possibly can, but you need to actually learn this stuff. You can't just, be guessing. You can't be with K2 for like over a year and still be guessing like what you're supposed to do, because the requirements are pretty simple. They're step by step. Requirement 1, requirement 2. There's only 2 requirements. Like, it's really hard to mess this up. So just, just keep that in mind. Yeah, Steve, I know you're referring to the 3-minute and 1-minute, but it's literally impossible to mess this up. You just look at number 1, is there a valid signal, right? Number 2 is price above or below the pivots. There's literally only 2 things for you to look at in order to determine whether it's a, it's a valid entry or not. And I'm just trying to make sure that you get this, Steven, because I want to make sure that you actually get funded this time. Like, I want you to stop paying for people to pass your challenges, because, you're never going to learn that way. But all right. So anyways, going back to what I was just saying earlier, Vincent said 1-minute breakout. There's no breakout right now, Vincent. I'm not sure what you looked at for the 1-minute. The breakout happened way over here at 6:30. There's no more breakouts over here, Vincent, for the breakouts. We're looking for this strategy right here. We're looking for a valid K2 momentum signal. There's no signals available here. So there's no entry that's available anymore. The breakout's only from the beginning, and we already hit full TP off that right here at 6:30. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I'm looking for entries here, but there's nothing available yet. Our 10-minute is about to hit full TP. This is the one that I marked up earlier. So whoever took it is looking pretty good. What I do recommend is, if you guys are in this position right here, move your stop loss in profit, either right at break, like slightly above break even, or you can move it even higher, depending on how much you want to guarantee for your position here. Because, the thing is, here's the thing, guys, like, a lot of people don't like moving their stop loss in profit. However, if you don't move your stop loss in profit and it's a risky day like today, you're basically throwing away profits, because you're already in profit right here. So it's pushed up about 440 pips, right? So for example, here, if you're taking a 5 lot, a lot of people here have like 100K account. If you're doing a 5 lot and you multiply that by 440 pips, you're basically in profit already 2020. So if you don't move your stop loss in profit, you're basically throwing away profit, because if it goes into the negative, you basically could go from, 2,200 in profit to like negative 1,000. And you're like, yeah, I should just move my stop loss in profit, because today's not really a, I don't feel confident about trading today. And the reason for that is because there's a lot of confirmations that aren't being confirmed, like the fundamentals over here. This right here is only up 70 points. Like I was talking to Steven earlier, you guys can see right here that it's half green, half red, right? If these start to shift to the red side, price can start coming back down. Also, looking over here at the retail sentiment, this isn't one-sided. So price can go either way. It can go up or it can go down. If price was heavy on one side, then we would trade opposite. If it was heavy on the opposite side, we would trade opposite of that. But right now, it's just right down the middle. One other thing that I was going to look at was the news right here. So we have another news event from Biden. Let's see, it says Biden to mandate COVID vaccine for federal workers. So this is going to affect the market, right? If they start to force the vaccine on federal workers, not just federal workers, but like workers in general, like how they already are in the hospital, this is going to indicate some certain things, right? People are going to start to speculate. If they start to force vaccinations, this is going to indicate that maybe the COVID strain is getting worse or whatever. Because I know the Delta variant that's been coming out lately, it's been affecting the market. So that's one thing that's been affecting the market. Now that they're forcing federal workers to get it, this is going to affect the market as well. So something to keep in mind. There's a lot of different things that will affect the market. One thing is, obviously technical analysis. Two is going to be fundamentals. Three is going to be news, and four is going to be retail sentiment. So there's a lot of different things that you guys can look at to confirm your trades. If everything lines up one direction, then yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's going to be a good move. However, right now, a lot of these confirmations aren't being confirmed. Like retail sentiment's not confirmed. Fundamentals are not necessarily confirmed. Technicals are confirmed because it's bullish here, but that's only one confirmation. So, if you're trying to check off your list of like things to guarantee your trade, there's only one thing there that's telling you price is going to go up. Or there's two things now because we do have fundamentals here, but it's not very strong. We generally want to take buys if it's up 100 points. It's getting close to it, but it's not there yet. So I'm not necessarily, entirely convinced that price is going to go straight up from there. And then you can see right here, now I'm going to start looking for a buy. So this is exactly what I was looking for. I looked for a tracement right here, and then now I'm looking for a valid buy signal for me to hop into this buy here on the 1 minute. So this is what I was looking for. Now we're looking for requirement number one, a valid momentum signal for a buy, because we already have price above the pivots. So I'm going to keep looking at the 1 minute here for a possible entry. If I get it, then we'll take it. If not, then we're going to hold off for the actual entry to confirm itself. So, but here's the problem. If price ends up, so I already had this range right here set up. Problem here is now the range might be set right here again. Right? It just moved up higher. So price pushed up, consolidated, pushed up again. And then here's another consolidation phase. So it's just risky, guys. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of times you don't have to force a trade. A lot of people feel like they need to trade every day and every second of the day. But realistically, if the market conditions aren't good, it's kind of better for you to just sit out the market than take it and risk getting caught in any of these moves right here. Because you want price to be directional. You want price to keep moving up. You don't want it to just go sideways. Because if it goes sideways, there's a chance for it to break to the upside or a chance for it to break to the downside. There's no guarantees, right? I prefer to trade when I'm like almost 100% sure price is going to continue pushing one direction. But right now, that's obviously not happening. So let me scroll down a little bit and see what else that we're waiting for. Yeah, exactly. So Romano just confirmed what I just said. Romano said we got to sell in the 1 minute so we can now look for a buy. That's exactly what I'm looking for too, Romano. But like I mentioned, the only problem that I'm like worried about is that price will just get stuck in consolidation and then it won't go up. So but I'm still looking for a buy. So don't get me wrong, I'm still looking for a buy here, but it's going to be a risky buy because of how price is currently moving. And there just isn't enough confirmation pointing me in that direction. So looking at this right here, it's still up 70 points. And looking at the actual stock index right here, it's half green, half red. And you can, like, if you want to really break it down step by step, you can just look at each stock, right? So the green stock right here is Nike. It's up 3.6 points. Amgen's down 3.5. So those can knock each other out. That'll keep it at break even. United Health is up 2.6. Johnson & Johnson's negative 1.1. Boeing's up 2.5. Goldman Sachs is up 2.8. So you can see that we have more stronger green stocks. And that's the reason why this average right here is a lot higher, but it's not very strong, right? It's still 65 points in the green. And that's why I'm not really convinced that I should just hop into the trade just yet. So I'll move this down a little lower and then we'll see what happens from here. So let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Yeah, Angel said, definitely learn patience from you. And Paul said same. And that's a key, guys. The thing with trading is like, it's kind of similar to fishing, right? If you guys have ever fished before, you guys aren't over there throwing your lure in the water, like trying to, you're not expecting to catch the big fish right away. And you don't really want to catch a small fish. You're waiting for that perfect fish to come so that you can reel it in right away. The same with our scalps here, right? We're basically fishing. We're waiting for that possible valid entry. And then if it looks good and the confirmations all line up, then we'll hop into it. And that's how you develop consistency with trading. A lot of people, you'll see a lot of people make a lot of big profits like one day, and then they'll stop trading for a month. The reason for that is because they probably blew their account, but they're too embarrassed to show that they blew their account. For me personally, I show you guys how I trade daily every day because I'm consistent. I don't take unnecessary risk. I only take trades that I'm like 100% sure are going to hit. So here's the thing. If we get a buy signal here and we're going for 100 pips off the 1 minute, if it's below this area right here, I'll still take the trade. So right here, we have a pending buy, but it's invalid. Right here is a valid buy. So we have about 50 seconds on this candle right here. Once it closes, we can take the trade, but right now it hasn't closed yet. You know, it's all about patience. So let me see if there's anything else. C6 said there's FTMO news restriction at 10:30, which is 11 a.m. Eastern. 10:30, 11 Eastern. So that's 9. Oh yeah, okay. So I think that news event right there, C6 is probably going to be the where's the news event this morning? That's probably going to be the crude oil inventory. So like 8 o'clock. Either 8 o'clock or natural gas storage. I'm not sure which one would it be, but it's going to be one or the other. It's going to be either this news event that's coming up, the natural gas storage, or the crude oil inventories. I think it'd be the crude oil inventories. This is actually medium news for us. And then we have the Fed speaking at 8. So from that point, it's just going to be, there's not really going to be a point in us taking any trades as it gets closer to that news event. Let me scroll down. Let's see. Paul said I caught a 4-pound catfish, and so no. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, no, catfish those are huge. I went deep sea fishing like a couple years ago. It's pretty cool. I'm not really much of a boat person like deep sea, but it is fun. It is fun when you actually catch something that's like worthwhile. Let me scroll down a little bit. Rav said I did not jump into anything as IG is too much 50-50. No, exactly, Rav. And you're smart for doing that, Rav. See, and Rav here, I've been trying to help Rav, get better and better every day. Rav, you're getting smarter with your trade IQ, right? Because now Rav, like, he would just hop into trades, and I don't mean to put your business out there, Rav, but Rav would like mean to he would take trades just by like, if he'd see the technical side, right? If he saw a valid entry right here, he would just take a trade. But I started talking to Rav and I started to tell him to, like, look at the fundamentals here. If the fundamentals don't line up, you probably shouldn't take a trade because it's going to be risky. But the main thing here that he identified was that there's no bias here off the retail sentiment. If you guys don't understand what retail sentiment is, this is indicating where the retail traders are trading. So right now, if there's 50% of people short, that means that there's 49% of people long. I mean, if there's 51% of people long, then there's 49% of people short. So with that said, you can see that retail traders are like right down the middle. What Rab is looking for is for things to be one-sided, either heavy long or heavy short. Because what happens is when price is heavy long or heavy short, the market makers do the opposite, because that's how market makers make money, right? They make money by stopping out retail traders. And if there's no retail traders one side or the other, the market makers are probably just going to sit out the market, or they'll probably just keep bouncing price up and down until things get one-sided. So that's something to keep in mind when you guys are trading. So definitely great work there, Rev, by identifying that, retail. Oh, I missed a trade here. So this is the 1 minute right here. Let me see if I can catch a little bit of it. This is the, sorry guys, I totally missed this trade right here. This is the 1 minute scalp that we were looking for. If anyone wants to take it, I'd probably just wait. There you go, it already hit full TP. That was super quick. So full TP off that, I can even set the alert. So whoever caught the trade there, that thing went straight to TP. So great work there for whoever caught it. Our 10 minutes about to hit full TP as well right there for 500 pips. So like I said, guys, it's like fishing. You guys have to wait for that perfect entry. There was a perfect entry right there, and that would have hit full TP. So great work for whoever caught that trade right there. I caught it. I'll send you guys my profits. I even caught it late, and I still made some pretty nice profit off it. So I'll give you guys a little update right there for this trade. And this is why it's important that you guys understand the strategy so that you guys can hop right in right away when you guys are waiting for the position. So this is going to be the 1 minute. And I'll send you guys my my profits on that right here, just to show you guys that I actually took the trade. I don't just call trades here. When I see a good trade and I'm waiting for it, I really do take the trade. I don't just tell you guys to take it. I actually take it on my own account. So let me send you guys a screenshot of what I took here. Let's see. So it's been a pretty good day. So, I mean, it's been, a slow week overall, but I'm currently in profit about, close to 4,000 for the day, just for this morning, which is, it's nothing to complain about, right? That's like more than people make in a paycheck. And I do this pretty much daily with you guys every morning. So I only locked in about 600 off that trade. Unfortunately, I got in late because I wasn't paying attention. But, cheers to whoever caught it. So I'm up, and I have 2 FTMO accounts. You guys are familiar with that. So I made about 1,260 last night from this one trade right here. I locked in about 590, about 600. And the reason for that is because I entered late. I actually entered when price was already up here. And then I just caught like a partial move right there. I caught like, a little more than half of the move there because it just moved too fast. So let me just give you guys a little update right there. Partial profits off that K2 US 31 minute pivot scalp entry. King Henry's still trying to get in this room. So Henry, the guy that had issues with the audio, he keeps trying to rejoin the room. Let me just. All right, Henry. Hopefully your your volume's working now. So let me just give you guys this little update. So these are my So basically across both of my accounts, my copier just copies the same exact trades. So like for that right there, let me see. I'm about 1,779.89 cents times 2. So I'm up about 3,559. So it's not bad for just this morning. I took 2 trades, and that's where I'm sitting right now. Let me go ahead and just move this over here as well. And if you guys have profits, go ahead and send them over, and then I'll go over them right now as well. Because I know a lot of you guys did. And then full TP off that snipe right there, 500 pips. Going over to the 10-minute over here, full TP off that. So you guys saw when I marked this up, right? I marked everything up earlier. I showed you guys where the entry was right here, and then it went straight to full TP. So, you know, like I mentioned, if you guys treat this like a business and you guys actually wait for the possible, you know, for the good entries, you guys can easily lock in some pretty nice profits off this right here. So there's another snipe for whoever caught that. I didn't catch it myself, so I don't have any profits for that, but a lot of you guys did. So let me just give you guys another update right here. That specific trade. Yeah, and I think that might be it right there. So just put this over here, and I'll show you guys what everyone else locked in. So scrolling up right here. So let's see, JR over here locked in a total of 2,602, 3 buys right there. Nice work, JR. Looking at Chai over here, Chai locked in about 500 off his account. Nice work, Chai. Let's see. Cheryl over here locked in about 1,000. Nice work, Cheryl. She caught the 1 minute. You can see her. She said she caught the 1 minute. Paul over here locked in a total of 1,600 this morning. Great work, Paul. Lester over here locked in a total of 682 for the day. Nice work, Lester. Kevin Lim over here locked in a total of 1,016. No losses, straight wins. Nice work, Kevin. See if there's anything else over here. Kip over here locked in a total of 15,000 for the day. Amazing work, Kip. So Kip right here took some really nice wins over here for the Dow 30. So for US 30, he locked in 3,780. And then again, down here, he locked in 4,800 and then another 750 right there. So great work right there, Kip. Other than that, let's see if anyone else here locked in. Tiana over here locked in 145. Nice work, Tiana. All right, guys, so great profits amongst everyone here. Yeah, everyone's on point. Owen locked in 317, and then Tiana again right here at 312. No losses, straight wins for US 30 this morning. She took the buys right here off breakout, and then she took the 1 minute and probably the 10-minute right here as well. So definitely, you know, great profits amongst everyone here. So we'll be looking for another possible entry. If I see anything, we'll take it. It's 7:08 right now, so it's getting close to the time for me to log off. I usually log off by 8 o'clock. So if you guys have questions, you know, drop your questions in the chat. If you guys have profits to send over, go ahead and send them over, and they'll add them to the list of profits for the day. So we're still applying the same exact strategy here on the 3 minute. Same situation here on the 10 minute. So this sniper already hit full TP. There's not going to be any other entries over here, obviously, but let me just draw another zone right here. And the reason why I say that is because pivots are down here and price is like way up here. So price is going to come down and wake off the pivots anytime soon. Looking at it here on the 3 minute, we're just looking for a buy. So we're looking for possible retracement right here. And then it's going back up to the upside just like we did earlier. And then same with the 1 minute, we're looking for a possible retracement to the downside and then another buy right here. So that's basically what we're looking for as we continue on for the rest of the session. But it doesn't look like, I mean, we might have an entry from now until 8, but if not, then you know, we're probably going to call it a day. So if you guys have questions, if you guys want me to cover anything, explain anything specific, just put your questions in the chat and I can answer any of the questions for you. So other than that, let's see what else I'm missing. So Journey's asking, how can I Yeah, if you guys are new here and you guys want to understand the strategies that we're applying here, just go on the website, k2trades.com. So it's a simple website, www.k2trades.com. If you just want access to the live Zoom room where you can have access to everything in real time, click on the K2 Trades live trading room right here. And if you guys want access to the strategies and indicators, click on K2 Trade strategies right here. And this is where you'll get access to all the strategies and you can learn everything. If you just want free access to, actually look at the strategies, just click on free access right here. You'll have access to the free intro course. But if you want access to the indicators so that you guys can actually apply this yourself, pretty much like everyone else over here, like Isaac over here, right? I only took 2 trades today, but Isaac took about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, probably more than 10 trades. He locked in with a profit of 89, but he's trading a smaller account, so keep that in mind. If you guys want to learn the strategy and take, a bunch of trades here, you guys can easily learn this just like everyone else here. Like Tiana over here, she has no losses, straight wins. I only took 2 trades, but she took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. She made 312. You can learn the strategy yourself here as well. Patrick said choppy for me today, but he stuck with it. So Patrick over here was bouncing back and forth, but he did come back in profit. So he had a couple wins, couple losses here and there. Total of 9,428 in profit for the day. Nice work, Patrick. The main key here is to just maximize your winning potential, because it's possible. Obviously, you see everyone here winning. So if everyone else is here is winning, there should be no reason for you guys not to be in that same position. Let's see, Kip said not shown is a misclick sell that cost me a few thousand before I noticed. Was riding that snipe, but I move my stop loss and profit all the time, and I'm okay with missing the extra profit just to re-enter if I still trust. Exactly, Kip. That's a smart way to do it. It's better to be safe than sorry always. Albert over here took another trade for US 30. He locked in a total of 1,650. And you guys can see here, obviously, these are different people that are locking in profits every single day. It's not just me that are winning profits. Maddie over here as well. Maddie's up 1,311. Nice work, Maddie. Nice profit off that. If you guys have any other profits here, Vince, let me see. On the Zoom. All right, perfect. All right, cool, perfect, Vincent. So I just want to make sure that you actually heard my explanation for how to fix your issue there. Other than that, I'm gonna go back to the Zoom real quick. See what else we missed over here. Miles said, I love to fish. When I come kick with you one day, let's go catch a fish. No, definitely, Miles. I'm not really a big fisher. I usually just fish with people who do know how to fish. But if you know how to fish, we can definitely go fishing whenever you come out here to California. Christopher is asking, does the wick matter once you pass a breakout? No. So Christopher, the wick only matters for the breakout strategy. For these other strategies over here, the wick doesn't really matter. It's none of the requirements here. It's just for the breakout. So that's all that we're looking for, because when you're past the breakout, volatility just kind of goes back and forth, right? You'll see a lot of wicks here, but even though you see these big wicks, price just continues to push up even higher. So the wicks don't really matter after the breakout. That's the only strategy where we're looking for the wicks, just for the breakout. For these other strategies here, it doesn't require any of the wicks. I mean, it doesn't require like a wick analysis. I mean, it could help you if you're looking for something specific, but for me, it doesn't really matter, because if we have momentum there, momentum's going to push up, one way or the other. Let me scroll down a little bit and see what else. City said, stop getting distracted. No, exactly. I agree. Maddie said, bro, that shit was too fast. No, it was super fast. We hopped in really quick for that. Paul said he's done for the day. Abraham said, I'm glad I just threw my TP out. Exactly. Paul said, already posted my profits. Nice, Paul. Yeah, definitely. Paul said, have a great, have a good day, guys. Thanks, Shawn. Yeah, definitely, Paul. We'll see you here tomorrow morning as we wrap up the trading week. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Henry said, you need the trend meter to confirm direction. You don't need it to confirm direction, but it's going to be an extra confirmation. So you can use it if you want. Obviously it doesn't hurt to have more confirmations, but it's not required. So looking at the requirements here, guys, if like the trend meter isn't in the requirements, then it's not required. The only things that are required here are the momentum signals and the K2 pivots. Everything else here is extra, but it doesn't hurt to have extra confirmations, right? So if you want to confirm, any possible rejection points like the New York high over here using the K2 sessions indicator, That's just an extra confirmation. It's not required. Same with the trend meter down here. It's not required, but I keep it open just in case. So it's not necessarily a requirement there. So let me scroll up real quick and see if there's anything else that I missed here. Kip said, when there's a lull, can you explain your Forex analysis from last night? I don't really understand the K2 Forex strategy, even though it reversed before TP. I know, right, Kip? I was in that USD CAD position too. I did see how it reversed last night. And the reason for that reversal is because there was news this morning. So I'm not sure if you were following the news. So there was actually a lot of news this morning for US. So Thursday we had the unemployment claims, which is positive, and that's what pushed price in the direction of the US dollar. So that's why it went opposite of our entry there. So let me just show you real quick for USD CAD. So this is the one that he's talking about right here. I'm going to go ahead and just delete all this stuff right here because it's just the trade's already done with. So I'll show you how the strategy here works. So for this strategy right here, for the Forex, I only use one strategy for Forex, and that's the K2 SR zone strategy. So for one, you want to confirm a break and close past K2 SR zone. So that's going to be the first requirement. Two, you want to confirm correction of momentum using K2 momentum indicator. And then after that, you want to enter on the open. There's only two requirements for this strategy too. On the open of the following candle. Sorry, fix that. I'll go back to US3 real quick. And then after that, right to next K2 SR zone. So let me just show you real quick. Let me just save this as well here. Save as K2 SR. And this is done on the 4-hour. But let me check US30 real quick to see if there's anything that we're missing here. Okay, so nothing right here. You can see price rejected off the New York high perfectly. And that's why we use this as an extra confirmation. It's not required, but it helps you determine, whether it's a good trade or not. If you want to trade near this area, because price might just bounce right off it, just like it did right there. So anyways, going back to the Forex pairs over here. So let me just rewind to a previous entry. Because the thing is, this week is an iffy week. The reason for that is because of the holiday, right? Price is just going back and forth. It's not really moving directional one way or the other. So let me just replay this to like somewhere over here, so that I can show you an example of what we were looking for. So okay, looking at this right here, this is going to be the K2SR zone strategy, and basically what you're looking for over here is you're looking for a break and close past the K2SR zone. So there's a zone right here. You can see this candle breaks and closes past it, right? So here's going to be the first requirement. A break and close past K2SR zone. Second, you want to confirm the direction of momentum using the K2 momentum indicator. So right here, you're obviously looking for a buy because the most recent signal is a buy signal, right? So you're looking for a buy here. Price breaks and closes past K2SR zone. You can enter on the open of the following candle. So right here, you enter a long position, and then you write it to the next zone, which should be right there, right? You let this run. There you go, full TP, right? So that's the basic gist of the strategy. It's a very simple strategy, nothing too complicated. And then again, right here, we have another entry, right? Confirm another break and close past K2SR zone. Here's another zone, price broke and closed past it. So there's the first requirement. Second requirement, you want to confirm the direction of momentum. Right here, we have a buy signal. Again, like I mentioned, there's no sell signal in between. So we're looking for a buy here. We have a confirmation of a break and close. We have a confirmation of a buy signal right here. We're looking for a buy. We enter again for another entry right here. And then we're going to do the same exact thing, right? We're looking for price to reach the next zone up there. So we have this setup right there. You let it run. And there you go, full TP again right there. Easy as that, no drawdown, straight to full TP. This is when market's moving normally, right? This is on August 19th. Market is just moving smoothly. I mean, you could even go down here and see how everything else is moving. It's moving smoothly. This week, though, is different because there was a news event and there was also a holiday this week. So price is kind of just erratic. It's going back and forth. It's not really moving necessarily one way or the other. And the problem with this right here, like I mentioned, so I'm sure a lot of you guys understand how price moves, right? When price is going down, that means that a certain currency is stronger than the other. So like, for example, here, I was telling you how like sometimes news here will affect the market one way or the other. The news here was positive, but it went the opposite, right? So with news positive, that's why I kind of thought that price was going to go up, because when price goes up, so here's how the basic fundamentals of Forex pairs work. So price is going up, that means that the first currency right here, which is the US dollar, is stronger than the Canadian dollar, because this means that there's more weight going to the first currency. When price is going up, that means the first currency is stronger. Vice versa, when price is going down, that means that the second currency is stronger than the first currency. So when it goes down right here, this indicates that the US dollar is weak, the Canadian dollar is strong. But the news here this morning was positive for the US dollar. However, price still went the opposite way. So this is why I usually don't like trading during news, and I don't like trading news at all, because it can do the opposite. So that's my main explanation as to like why it went the other way, is just, market just moves weird during holiday weeks, also because of news events. Price will be manipulated one way or the other. So what could happen here? What could possibly happen is price will come down, and then it'll probably just swing. It'll reject off this point and then swing right back up. The thing is, I had a tight stop loss there. Usually we could have a wider stop loss to, combat like getting stopped out too early. However, it's towards the end of the week. It's already Thursday, so we generally don't like to hold trades over the weekend. We obviously can't hold trades over the weekend for FTMO. So that's why I had a tight stop loss there. We got stopped out. Like I mentioned before, sometimes it's okay to just eat the loss and then move on to the next one, because right here there are like way bigger moves that you guys could have caught. And it is what it is. The market's not always going to be perfect. The market's going to go back and forth sometimes. Sometimes there's going to be manipulation. And it's just, it's your job not to get caught in a lot of those moves. I did get caught in moves, so I did eat a loss there, unfortunately. But thankfully, I make most of my profits from US 30, not from Forex pairs anymore. So this was a small loss for me. I only use about a 1 to 3% risk for Forex. My account here is very small compared to US 30, because US 30 requires a bigger margin. So for me here, I only probably lost a couple $100 versus, the profit that I made this morning with US 30. I already covered that loss, so it's not really a big deal to me. So other than that, hopefully that helps with your understanding as to how it works, Kip. Yeah, no, definitely. So Kip said, thanks, but way better understanding. Glad to help you with that. Let's see, other people here just sent their profits. So Albert locked in 1,650. Fahad locked in 4,333 for US 30 this morning. Nice work, Fahad. Sisuk locked in 6,755. Nice work, Sisuk. And Roman locked in a total of 3,434. It looks like he had straight wins, just an accidental loss right here. It looks like he might have just accidentally opened and closed that. But he made a lot of profit for this morning. So definitely great work here. So if you guys have more profits to send over, go ahead and send them over. Otherwise, I'll answer the rest of the questions here before we log off for the session. So let me scroll over here real quick and see what else I'm missing. Okay, so next question here. Christopher said, is there liquidity zones that can be drawn now? No, Christopher. How we've been discussing earlier, it's not one-sided. It needs to be about 70% short or 70% long. There's no bias right now, so there's no liquidity zones to be drawn. So once it's one-sided one way or the other, we can take it, but it's still the same as it was yesterday when you asked. So it's still 50% until it goes one way or the other. It's not gonna, it's the same thing we covered yesterday, right? It's easy for you to just, it's same answer as yesterday. If you go over here to IG, you can go and just check yourself. You can just go to IG.com, search up US 30, which is Wall Street 30, and then you can see where the bias is. In order for us to draw those liquidity zones, it needs to be one-sided, either high on the short side or high on the long side. Maddie said a retracement on the 1 minute coming. Thanks, Maddie. So we do have a retracement right there. If price ends up closing above here with the buy signal, we can possibly take this for another 1 minute scalp. So thanks, Maddie, for confirming that with me. So we'll be looking for a possible buy signal here. Might be coming soon. We had about 30 seconds left on this candle, so I think that's it for this right here. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Christopher is asking, is there an indicator that helps with liquidity when sentiment is one way? It doesn't get any any more easier than this, Chris. You just go on the website and you look at the number. So you don't even need, you really don't need an indicator for that. You just look at the number here. Is it 70 or is it not 70, right? It's not 70. So there's no liquidity zones that you can draw in there. Drawing a liquidity zone is different, obviously, but there's nothing available here right now. So other than that, let's see. So Chai said 1 minute is safe as it's near the New York high. Rabbit is asking if it's. All right, guys. Yeah, City just said I'm getting too distracted. So guys, I'm gonna stop answering questions right now. I'm looking for this trade right here. So I'm looking for this to close, and then if it does close, then I'll go back to whatever questions you guys have. Thanks, City. City was like, you're getting distracted, bro. I know I am. So I'm just waiting for this to close here. We got about 20 seconds. If this closes in 20 seconds, we can take this trade here. So I got my MT4 set up and ready. And you guys got to be quick, right? This is going to be a quick move. Let's see, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No entry. There's no entry here because there's no valid buy signal. In order for us to take that trade, we need a buy signal there. So buy signal is still pending. We also have news coming up soon, so I might not even take that trade actually, guys. So right now it is 7:26. 7:26 right now. Looking at the news, we have natural gas storage at 7:30, which is in about 4 minutes. I'm not sure if this is restricted. Let me check FTMO real quick because we can't trade restricted news. So something to keep in mind right here. Let me check this real quick. I'm just gonna go to FTMO, see if that news event is restricted. Because I don't want to trade and then end up losing my funded account because I traded during news. So let me check that real quick. Economic calendar. Yeah, it's restricted. So I can't even trade that event. You guys need to go on the FTMO website to see if it's restricted or not. Yeah, guys, so don't trade from, I mean, I'm done for the day. The news is restricted, so I'm not going to do it on mine. Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up for you guys here. All right, so here's the economic calendar on FTMO. If you go on the FTMO website, just go to economic calendar right here, and it shows you what's restricted. Right here at 11, it says natural gas storage is restricted. So it says FTMO traders are restricted to trade 2 minutes before or 2 minutes after this release. It's not applicable to the swing accounts, but most of us aren't on the swing account. So you guys can't trade during this time. If you guys have a funded account like we do here, like the majority of us, and you trade during that news event, they'll take away your funded account. It's happened to me before, and they're not, I mean, they don't care. They're not going to work with you. If you take a trade during that time, you have to understand the requirements here. And if you trade during that time, they'll disable your account. So I'm not going to trade. I'm done for the day. It's 7:30 right now. So it's 2 minutes from the news event. If you guys are funded, I don't recommend you guys don't take it. If you guys aren't funded and you guys are still in your challenge, then you guys should be okay. Oh, fuck. I just missed the trade. I missed the trade completely right here. I already hit TP. Damn it. How did I miss the trade? I was gone for like 1 second. I look over here and then it freaking hit TP. Oh my God. City said, what did I say, bro? I took it. Nah. Yeah, so I'm glad you took it, City. City was over here warning me this whole time. He was like, Shawn, you're getting distracted. You got to focus on the trade. And then I took my eyes off the chart for like 1 second and it hits TP already. Oh my God. Fuck me. It's all good, guys. So I'm glad to see that a lot of you guys locked in that profit. I knew I was getting distracted and I knew I was going to miss the trade. I was literally waiting for it. I was like, just waiting. And then, I mean, whatever, it's all good. Cause I couldn't have taken this trade anyways, guys, cause I'm funded and I can't take trades during that time period. So whoever caught this trade, congrats to you guys, whoever caught it. But if you're funded on FTMO, you can't trade restricted events. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, definitely great work here for whoever caught that. It looks like a lot of you guys did catch it. Let's say RJ over here caught that too. RJ's in profit 5,226 for the day. Great work, RJ. And John over here too. So John has no losses, straight wins. So great work, John. I know John here is trying to test out K2 to see how it works and how he likes things. And he's saying, yeah, pretty good. Can't cap. So John did pretty good. He straight wins right here, no losses. He's practicing on a little demo account just to play around with it. But he took the trades here, and then he had no losses. So definitely great work there, John. You know, it's a little taste of like what you can get here at K2. And yeah, no, definitely great work. So let me just give you guys another little update here for whoever caught that 1 minute. Unfortunately, I missed it, but it's okay because I couldn't take that trade anyways due to the news event. So yeah, congrats to everybody here. Glad to see everyone profit. I'm going to try to go over the last of the questions, and then I'm going to be logging off for the session today because we do have news coming up again shortly. So I can't even trade myself. You know, looking at the news over here, there's a lot of news this morning. So we have news coming up again at 8. It's another restricted event, so I can't trade it myself because I'm on a funded account. I'm not going to risk losing my account just to make a few profits off this one other news event here. Everything else you guys are fine though. So for the Fed member Daily, Fed member Bostic, Fed member Williams, you guys can trade during that, but I don't recommend you guys do trade because it's although it's not restricted, it can cause a lot of volatility in the market. Yeah, look at that big push up right there. Real nice. I mean, it's still pushing up even higher. So let me see if there's anything else that I missed over here. Yeah, no problem, Christopher. I'm glad to help you guys out with that. Yeah, C-Suk said, yeah, do not take an entry on an FTM restricted news event. They'll just shut you off, no questions. Yeah, that's what happened to me before in the past. Other than that, I think that's it for the most part. All right, let me see the YouTube real quick. I know there's a couple of people here on the YouTube who want to, who have a couple questions. So let me just scroll up real quick and see what else I missed. Journeyman's asking, how can I learn the strategy? If you guys are new here and you guys want to learn the strategy, just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 Trade Strategies right here, and then you'll get access to all the strategies. You'll get access to the 1 minute, 3 minute, 10 minute, 4 hour. We have a lot of strategies here that are available. There's not just these many strategies. There's about like 7 strategies that you guys can apply, and they're all available to you, including the indicators right here as well, to make sure that you guys don't make any mistakes. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. DL is asking, how long does news usually last? So news is usually immediate, DL. So depending on like what news event it is, if they're just releasing data, like right here, then the data is immediate. It'll send news right away, and then people will act off the news. Sometimes people don't act on the news right away. So like what will happen sometimes is price will just go sideways, and then all of a sudden you'll just see a random spike up or a random spike down. That's a late reaction to the news. So I mean, there's no set time for like when people react to news, but news happens right away. Otherwise, if you're looking for something like later today at 8:05, we had Fed member Bostic and Fed member Daily speaking. When these Fed members speak, they usually speak for 1 or 2 hours, so those will last a bit longer. If they're doing if they're like speaking, if there's a testimony or something like that, that'll take about 1 hour, 2 hours. But if it's just a normal news event, it usually happens immediately. You just have to watch the charts to see how people react to the news event. Other than that, let me see if there's any other questions here. Yeah, no problem, DL. Hanan's asking, how do you open the trade? Open and trade or close? Open a trade and close on a second. I mean, you just open and close it. There's nothing secret about it, Hanan. You just open close. But we don't hold trades for a second. We hold trades for at least a couple seconds. But I mean, it's like anything else. You just open, close it, right? You can even practice it yourself. You just open trade, close a trade, and then it should be able to work for you. Okay, other question here from Kay. Kay's asking, I would like to understand the strategy more. So Kay, if you want to understand the strategy, just go on the website and then you can learn it there. And you're asking if I can break down the strategy. So depending on which strategy you want, all the requirements are right here. I'm not sure exactly what are you looking for. Are you looking for something on the 1 minute? If you want that, I can show you right here really quickly. So going back to this previous entry, this is the one that we took here where we locked in these profits right here. So for this trade right here, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. A valid momentum signal is this right here. It's a green buy signal with a green candle within it. If it's a green candle within a green buy signal, then that's a valid buy signal. So right here, we have a valid K2 momentum signal for a buy. That's requirement number 1. Requirement number 2, you want to confirm price is below the K2 pivots for a sell or above it for a buy. These 2 lines right here are the K2 pivots. Right here, price is obviously above it, so you're looking for a buy, right? With those 2 requirements, you can enter on the open of the falling candle, which should be right here. You have a set TP stop loss for 100 to 300. So right there, it's all set up. The reason why we have a negative risk reward because it's so quick of a move. You just want this as a safety net. We don't anticipate to lose this trade because we rarely lose these trades. You let push up and there you go, full TP. So there's an example of this specific strategy here. Going over to the 3 minute, it's the same exact strategy. It's just TP stop loss are different because it's a bigger, it's a bigger move. So going back over here, same thing that we just discussed. Look for a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here is a valid buy signal. Confirm prices below K2 pivots for a sell, above for a buy. Right here, it's above. So we enter on the open of the following candle right here. Same thing. Your TP stop loss is 250 to 500. You let this run, and there you go, full TP. So there's a quick explanation of that one as well. Same thing, it's just on a different time frame. One that's different is the 10 minute over here. So looking at the 10 minute, I'll just go back and show you an explanation of this right here. Right here, the first requirement, you want to confirm a wick rejection off K2 pivot, which can be any pivot. Right here are the 3 pivots, green, blue, orange, and red. Right here, you can see this wick is rejecting off this blue pivot. So that's requirement number 1. Requirement number 2, you want to confirm price is rejecting off the K2 SR zone. There's a zone right here, right? So that's gonna be requirement number 2. Requirement number 3 is you want to confirm the wick rejection off the K2 pivot doesn't touch the candle body. The body's up here, the pivot's right here, it's not touching body, so that's requirement number 3. Lastly, you want to confirm the direction of momentum. So turning on the K2 momentum indicator right here, we have a buy signal, so you're looking for a buy here. With all that required, with all of those requirements met, you can enter on the open of the falling candle. So you enter a buy position right here. You have your TP stop loss set to 500 pips both directions. It's for a 1-to-1 risk reward. Reason why we have a 1-to-1 here is because the 10 minute is a bit smoother than the 3 minute and 1 minute. This can go back and forth if it likes to. So letting that run right there, full TP with little to no drawdown at all. And those are the 3 main requirements that we applied today. The breakout as well, I can only explain that when the trade is going through. If you want to go and watch how that was taken, go back and rewind the replay to the very beginning, and you'll see how I analyze that from the start. But other than that, these are the main strategies that we use on the live sessions for these scalps. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Yeah, Bobby said, love seeing people with small accounts growing. Got to start somewhere. They have big things to come. No, exactly, Bobby. I like seeing that too. Because not everyone here has big accounts, but once you guys are good, you guys can do something like FTMO, and then you guys can start trading bigger accounts because you've already mastered, the art of trading. So other than that, Barbuis is asking, why don't you send signals? Because I don't want people like you copying my signals and reselling them. That's exactly why I don't do signals anymore. Because a lot of people here just want to steal my signals and then resell them on their own page. And I'm not gonna let you guys steal my signals anymore because that's what people have been doing for the longest. I do send signals in the premium, but I don't do signals anymore because that's what people do. Obviously, I have a high win rate here, so a lot of people like to come and steal my signals and then just resell them on their own page. I'm not gonna let you guys do that. You guys are gonna go out of business for trying to steal my trades over here. So if you guys want to learn how to trade, I'll teach you guys how to trade, but I'm not just gonna give you guys my trades to copy. I want to make sure that you guys are self-efficient and you guys can go ahead and trade on your own so that you guys don't have to depend on me to call signals every day. Obviously, you can see here, I only took 3 trades here on the live. Literally, I only took 2 trades or 1 trade here on the live on my own account, but you can see all the other people here have locked in way more trades than me, right? Isaac here has learned the strategy, so he knows how to take the trades on his own. He took about 10 trades here. Same with Shawn over here. She took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades here. I only took 1 trade. So what my goal here is to teach you guys how to trade. I'm not here to teach you guys how to be professional signal copiers. Copying signals can only get you so far. And then once that person stops giving you signals, you have no resource, right? So it's best for you guys to actually learn how to trade, not just learn how to copy signals, because copying signals it only gets you so far until you blow your account because you don't know what you're doing, or until the person who's giving you signals stops giving you signals, and then you don't have any more profits available to you. So my goal here is to teach you guys how to trade. I want you guys to actually understand what you guys are doing so that you guys don't just hop into a trade and not know, what to do. Because like the problem with me giving signals out is people will take my trades because they do trust my trades. Obviously my trades are good, but they don't know what to do. So like sometimes they'll go into drawdown and they'll panic and they'll be sending me like a million messages asking, hey, Shawn, what do I do here? And then I'm like, if you understood what you're doing, then you wouldn't have to ask that question, right? And that's my goal here. I want to make sure that you guys can, it's like that saying goes, like, you can teach a man to fish, and they can fish for like 1,000,000 years or 1,000 years or whatever. So I'm teaching you guys how to fish here. I'm teaching you guys how to trade. I want you guys to learn this skill so that you guys can do just as good as me, if not better. And that's how a lot of people are doing here, right? Like today, I've only locked in about 1,779, right? If you look at other people's profits here, there's a lot of people here who actually locked in more than me. RJ locked in 5,000 because he knows what he's doing. Same with Roman here, right? Roman locked in 3,400 because he knows what he's doing as well. He took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades. I only took 1 trade today. So, my goal here is to make sure that you guys get on that level because it's possible. If you guys see everyone here doing it, it's very possible. It's just you guys got to put in the work and actually understand what you guys are doing instead of blindly copying trades from signal providers. And most of those signal providers just copy trades from other people anyways. I'm not going to say any names of any other signal companies here, but I've seen a lot of other signal companies who just copy my trades. Like they literally copy word, like they copy it and then they paste it. They don't even change the words. So you'll see some companies where they'll say something like this is what a signal looks like, right? And it says valid K2 buy limit. You'll see other groups post the same exact trade with the K2 in it. And it's like, it blows my mind because a lot of people don't realize that they're just copying trades from a different group. But I mean, it is what it is. And, we don't do signals here anymore. I'm more focused on actually teaching you guys how to trade rather than copy signals. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Let me scroll over here real quick. Christopher said, can you double dip on the 10-minute strategy if it gives it to you? I mean, you can if you want, Christopher, but I never recommend you do that. That's just you're gambling at that point because there's no valid entry available, and then you're just hopping into it. So another question over here, Sam's asking, hey, Shawn, do you find that FTMO is faster than TradingView? I find the trade has progressed quicker, so I get in later. The pricing is a little different, Sam. So it's only off by like 20 pips, which is not very much. But I mean, if you look at the difference there, it might look like it's progressing quicker, but it's just price is different by about 20 pips. So that's why it looks like it's moving faster, but in reality, it's just the pricing difference. So you might get to your TB 20 pips faster than you would on TradingView. Other than that, Kenny's asking question, can I do FTMO on my iPad? Yeah, Kenny. So FTMO, what they do is they just give you an MT4 account. So as long as you have MT4 on your iPad, you can still enter and exit trades on your iPad. Joe's asking, I went from 300 deposit to 1.3K and lost it all last week. Didn't even withdraw. It's all good, Joe. I mean, it happens here. Everyone's been in that situation before. Sam said too many thieves out there. No, I agree 100%. And that's why I don't like doing signals anymore because too many people just steal my signals and resell them. Let's see. Sam said sometimes it's difficult to catch the full 1-minute trade. So it's actually not that hard. Sam, you can just do it manually. You wait for the trade to come up. And like what I do is I manually enter. So when I see the entry come up, I hit buy. And as it hits TP, I just close it out. I don't necessarily put a TP stop loss, even for the 3-minute or the 10-minute. I let the trades run. And then when it hits, then it hits. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. One way to do it is you just subtract it. So like, for example, right here, let me check my MT4. So MT4 is currently, and I'll show you the difference right here. So I'll do the math for you right here, Sam. The price for TradingView right now is 35,173 minus, this is going to be the MT4 pricing, 35,171. It's only off by 20 pips. So say, for example, here, say if your TP right here is, trying to look at the price. Yeah. So say if your TP right here is 35,132, you just subtract this by 2. So like instead of having this right here at 3, you just subtract that by 2 because it's 20 pips. And you just change that to 1 and there you go. That's your TP. So it's not really difficult. You just have to subtract the number by like two numbers right there. It's just, this is just, that's how you would do it if you want to set your TP there. But I just do it manually. I think you should be perfectly fine just doing it manually. Just watch it. And then as it hits TP, just close it out. Because you usually have like a little bit of time in between. Yeah, Sam said same. I enter manually when it hits TP on TV. It doesn't reach TP on my FTMO. That's weird. Yeah, I mean, I never had any issues with mine, Sam. So I'm not sure if like yours is, I'm sure you're using FTMO. Because sorry, Sam, I'm not sure like which Sam I'm talking to because I know there was another Sam that was using CTrader. So I don't know what the pricing is like on CTrader. So I'm not sure if you're using CTrader and your pricing is different. But for me, it works pretty much the same on my end. I haven't really had any issues. Unless your computer is just running a little slower, because some people have internet connectivity issues where their internet's running a little slower and it makes it difficult for them to exit. But for me, I haven't had any issues so far, and I've been doing this every morning. Oh yeah, yeah. So Sam said, yeah, I'm CTrader, Sam. Okay, Sam. So that might be the issue because I've never used CTrader, so I'm not sure how it works. You're in that case, yeah, your platform might be different. So I haven't, I've never used CTrader, so I don't even know how it works or if things are different on your platform. So yeah, if that's the case, I mean, yeah, there might be an issue, but I haven't used it myself, so I can't really help you with that, unfortunately. All right, let me scroll over here real quick. There's a couple other things. So Christopher said, not jumping in again, I would just increase lot size, but if it moves sideways, jumps up, and wick bounces off the pivot again, technically setting up for another entry, would you enter again on the 10 minutes? So Christopher said, so here, so I'm trying to understand what you just said. So let's see. If it moves sideways, jumps, and wicks off the pivot, so technically, if it's another entry, you can enter for another entry, Christopher. There's no, I wouldn't consider that double dipping. I don't know what you would consider double dipping because like if you're saying double dipping, that means that you hop in and then you close out. Like say you move your stop loss and profit, it closes you out, and then it comes back down. So this is what this is what double dipping is. So let me show you. It's kind of hard to show you here. Let me see if there's another entry that was available over here where there's an actual double dip occurrence. So okay, like this right here. So I'll show you what double dipping is. I don't know if you understand what double dipping is, but I'll just show you right here because this is an example of double dipping. Because I'm not sure if you're like mixing up the whole like your whole thought process. So like right here, for example, we have an entry, right? Right here, there's a wick rejection off the pivot, wick rejection off the K2 SR zone. The pivot isn't touching the body. You confirm the directions of buy right here. So you take a buy right here, right? So this is going to be an entry for a snipe. So I'm going to show you an example of double dipping. So price comes down, it comes up, and then it comes, like say you move your stop loss in profit, right? Your stop loss is in profit right here. You get kicked out of the position, right? You're out in profit. It stops you out. What happens here is price will sometimes it'll come back down. So right here, it already stopped you on profit. I'm just using this as an example. Price comes down, and then you want to re-enter. So you see how price comes down right there? Price comes down, and then you re-enter at the same entry point. So you're back in the position because you double dip back into it. So that said, you just let it run. Or again, right here. So say price comes right back down, and you want to double dip into it. Technically, you can't double dip into this because there's no entry, right? This is already red, so it's going the opposite way. But say, for example, if you entered over here, and you just double dip back into this position, right? You're back into the position, you're letting it run again, and then there you go, you hit full TP. So this is what you would consider, this would be double dipping. I'm not sure if like your way of, yeah, because yeah, so Christopher just said, God, I was using wrong terminology. So this is what's considered double dipping. If like you get stopped down profit, then you try to hop back into the same position that you were already in because you feel confident. This is what Kip was talking about earlier. Kip said he was in the 10-minute. He got stopped out in profit, but then he felt comfortable, so he hopped right back in. He double dipped back into it. So that's this would be considered a double dip. I'm not sure what you're trying to explain, Christopher. If you could be a little more detailed, I could probably answer your question a little better. But this is what double dipping would be. Okay, so other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Steven said, are we done trading for the day? Steven, are you like, did you just go missing for like the past hour? Yeah, so the reason why we stopped trading today, Steven, is because there's news. I'm on a funded account with FTMO, so I can't trade during news. So there's news that just happened at 7:30. I couldn't trade during that time. We already hit TP off that. And then also at 8 o'clock, there's another news event coming up. So I can't trade this event either. So I'm done trading for the day. I'm not sure. I mean, if you guys want to keep trading, you guys are more than welcome to keep trading. But I'm done trading because I can't trade during news. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's news events, but you're not funded, Steven, so you can still trade if you want, but I don't recommend you do. So I would probably just hold off because the Fed is speaking soon. Yeah, just avoid it, Steven. There's no problem with avoiding it and just coming back tomorrow. Yeah, no problems. And I'm sure you made some profit today, Steven. So just keep that capital and just keep trading tomorrow if there's anything good. Okay, here I'm going to try to answer this question for Christopher, and then once I'm done with this, I think this might be it for today. Abraham said, does that news restriction work even if you're already in the trade? So it's okay if you're in the trade already, Abraham, but you can't exit the trade 2 minutes after. So say if you enter the trade right now, right at 7:50, the news event comes at 8 o'clock. You can't exit that trade from 8 o'clock to 8:02. So between those 2 minutes, you can't exit it. You have to hold on to it. And that's the main reason for that rule. So just keep that in mind. I've lost one account to that. I've also lost one account to trading during a holiday. Okay, so Christopher said if it gives you another entry within the strategies, you take another trade. Exactly. Yeah. No, 100%, Christopher. So like say for example right here. So another way to double dip is for this right here. You know how we had this buy right here, Christopher? So right here at 6:30, right? There was a buy available. If you look over here on the 1 minute, you can see from 6:30. So 6:30 is going to be right here. If you have another entry, because technically this strategy is running till, let me see if I can fix this. Okay, so I'm going to mark up the TP over here on the 1 minute, right? So I'm going to go over here and just draw a horizontal ray somewhere over here. And then I'll change the price for that specific coordinate. Okay, so looking at this right here, you can see that there was another entry right here that we took right off the 1 minute. So if there's an entry within an entry, say you have one running on the 10 minute right here, and then you have a 1 minute entry that comes up right here, you can consider this double dipping as well, because you're entering into the same position. Like say if you didn't enter into this position yet, and you want to get into it because you missed the whole move, right? It's already halfway in profit, and you're like, oh, I want to get into this position still. You look on the 1 minute, there's another entry right here, so you could hop into this, and you could technically take the 1 minute, and then you could just not put your TP right there, and then this line right here is going to be the TP for the 10 minute. So you can just continue the ride until it hits TP for that 10 minute right there. So you'd make more profit because you're just double dipping into this position that's already running. So there's different ways to do it. I mean, there's just there's different ways to apply it. You just have to, you can mix strategies within strategies if there's another entry within the other one. So there's different ways to do it. But I mean, there's infinite ways to make profit with K2. It's really easy. And that's how I double up on my position sometimes, or how I make more profit. So Jonathan, so JMax asking, how do we know when a certain news event is restricted? So JMac, when you go on the FTMO website, just go over here and then go to economic calendar, and it'll show you what's restricted. That's how you'll know what you can trade on FTMO, because they let you know exactly what you can trade and what you can't trade. All right, let me see what other questions we have here before we wrap up the session. Okay, so let's see. Hassan's asking, I'm using Social Trader and 2 different brokers. The price difference is 10 points on US 30. Also, the contract size is different. Is there a way to adjust this? Yeah, you can just set your fixed TP stop loss or fixed lot size, actually, Hassan. So you can change your fixed lot size on Social Trader. You can also change, I mean, if you're using a copier, everything's going to copy the main account. So whatever you do on the main account is going to copy to the other one. But the main thing that you can change is the lot size. You can use a fixed lot size for the other broker. Say if like you're using a mini lot size broker or a standard lot size broker, that's how you can change it from there. You just got to go on the settings to change that. All right, one last question is from John. John's asking, what US 30 trade did you take last night? So I took the sell over here. So last night I took this sell right here. This trade came up around like 8 p.m. on, I don't know what time is this. Yeah, I think it's 8. Yeah, about 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. right here, this 1 minute scalp. Using the same strategy that we've been applying over here, the 1 minute pivot scalp. Look for a valid K2 momentum signal, confirm prices below the pivots. We enter right here. That's where I enter the trade. and then that's where I took it, and then I hit TP right there, and that's how I made the 1,260 right here. That's pretty much the one I took, and that was it. I just took one trade last night, and then I called it a day, and then I came back this morning, and then I made another profit right over here. So that's pretty much all that we took right there. Other than that, I think that's it for the questions. Let's see. Hassan said, well, a 10-point spread is a lot. I don't know what kind of broker you're using, Hassan. 10 points is 100 pips. So I'm pretty sure it's not 10 points. You might be talking about 10 pips. Because if 10 points, if 10 points is your spread, then you should find a different broker, because that's way too much. You can't even take 1 minute scalp if your points, because that's how much the TP is. So yeah, if your spread is that wide, you know, it's time to find another broker, Hassan. I don't think it's a 10-point though, because that's a lot of pips. Yeah, Tommy said 10-point spread. Yeesh. Yeah, exactly. Tommy said that's robbery. So I don't think it's a 10-point spread, Hassan. I think it's a 10 pip. 10 pip sounds a little more right, because normal spread for US 30 is probably about 10 to 20 pips, not points. That's like way too far. Let's see. So Hassan said, I'm sorry, it's not the spread. I mean, that's the difference between two brokers. Well, I mean, if that's the case where the price is off by 100 pips, that's still a big difference. That's still another reason for you to find a new broker. There's no broker that should have pricing that different. You're probably using like a shitty broker, right? Like even here, TradingView and FTMO, it's only off by 20 pips, which is not that much. If you're doing 100 pips, that's a big difference. That makes it nearly impossible for you to copy the trade. I mean, there's like millions of brokers out there that you can use. If your broker is that bad, you should definitely change your broker, because the pricing should not be that off. That's like way too off. Angel is asking, what's the trade name for lithium? I don't even know what lithium is, Angel. What's lithium? Oh, okay. So lithium is a crypto. I don't trade crypto, so I'm not sure. I honestly have no idea. So Angel's asking, are we able to buy and hold lithium? I have no idea. I don't trade cryptos, and I've never even heard of lithium. This looks like something that's new. So you might want to ask someone else in the group that does trade cryptos, but I don't trade cryptos myself, so I can't answer that question. Sorry. Okay, well, let me see if there's any other questions here. Delma said that was during Asia, right? Yeah, it was during Asia, which was last night. And I think that's it. All right, guys. So I think that's it for the questions today. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. Let me go over the profits here. A lot of you guys locked in a little more profit. Romanio locked in 2,433. Great work, Romanio. Looking over here at Patrick, he said he's done for the day, locked in 13,000 for the day. Amazing work, Patrick. Killed it. Charlie over here locked in a total of 189 straight wins, no losses. And yeah, as you guys can see here, Charlie took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades right here. I only took one trade. So if you guys know the strategy, you guys can take as many trades as possible, and you guys can have an infinite amount of profit potential. So it's really important that you guys learn the strategies and know what you're doing here. So other than that, Brandy over here locked in a total of 630. Great work, Brandy. Man, you're doing really good, Brandy. So I know, Brandy, you literally just started trading with us like last month, and you just picked up everything. I think you didn't even know what MT4 was. You finally got MT4 down. You got the trading systems down, and you locked in some pretty nice profit this morning. So definitely great work. Proud of you, Brandy, because I like seeing brand new traders come in at K2 and just start killing it. Like Brandy here has no losses, straight wins for a total of 630 for the morning. And she's like brand new to this. This is like brand new to her. So definitely great work right there, Brandy. Patricia over here locked in a total of 3,875. Nice work, Patricia. New levels over here locked in a total of 824. So great work amongst everyone over here. Owen over here locked in a total of 922. So great work to you too, Owen. Other than that, I think that's it for the profits. If you guys have more profits that you guys want to send over, go ahead and just post them in any of the K2 groups, and then we can add them to the list of profits. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys back here tomorrow for the last trading day of the week as we wrap up the trading week. So have a great rest of your day, guys. If you guys don't have to trade, like I said before, don't trade, because today we have the Fed speaking in about a minute. So at 8:05, Fed member Daly is going to speak, and then Fed member Evans is going to speak right after. Right after that, we have the Bank of Canada Governor Malcolm speaking. Is going to affect the Forex market. And then after that, we have Fed member Bowman speaking and Williams speaking in the next couple hours. So the rest of the New York session is going to be pretty risky to trade. I don't recommend you guys trade. So if you guys don't have to, just sit it out and come back tomorrow as we wrap up the session. So other than that, catch you guys tomorrow, and I'll see you guys as we